Hey, oh, sorry. I was feeling that little.
Get it.
Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Holly, but on Sundays I'm known by my stage name, Hanaia.
All our humans, I'm Fatu. Still gonna be Fatu.
And this is our segment called Healing with Hanaia and Fatu. I was going to change it to Truth Time with Hanaia and
Yeah.
Fatu. That's too long. Um,
But
like,
you know, it's so funny. When we had the guests on the last time, they was like, "That's what we should call it," because they was getting straight truth. Yeah.
yeah. See, how people be like, "Oh, she's mathing," or "Oh, she capping," or
Mm-hmm.
people be peopling. So I wanted to name it "Truthing,"
Mm-hmm.
Truthing with Hanaya. I was
Because
like,
that's what we do. Be dropping facts, the true facts.
"Ooh, so today,
Today we tired, y'all. So it is what it is. You either get on or stay on and get on with whatever we get on because we
okay,
tired. We've been living.
I'm exhausted today. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie.
Yeah.
I'm mostly on here to vent. Today's like a venting. It's our healing segment, so I can vent.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. You can't see the nipples. Let me push this up. There you go.
Weak.
Just playing.
Almost said something, but that's for when we're off air. But because yeah, not everybody needs to hear that. But y'all, it's been overwhelming. Shout out to Lily, Lily B. Wish she could have joined our segment today. But shout out to her. We love you, girl. Um, we were having a conversation about Black people, and y'all, I love
But wait,
y'all.
before you go there and you talk about Lily, what I appreciate about Lily is she was like, "Man, I'm tired and I got a lot going on." Most people would have pushed through, but she in her self care and loving her and respecting herself enough said was like, "Y'all, I need a break." I appreciate that
For
because
real.
I aspire to be like that one day.
Yeah, same. Same. Seriously, I admire her strength for that.
Yeah.
But we were
Talking about peopling.
people. Yeah. I love my race, but sometimes we're not about certain things.
Mm-mm.
Um, I just started like my promotion business, right? And I had, two businesses that were in line for that. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call it how it is. Um, if you're reaching out to somebody for business and you're not about it, don't waste people's time.
Right.
Not just in business, but in life in general. Don't stop wasting
Mm-hmm.
people's time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have put forth that effort doing something else to make sure that me and my kids had our income. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
um, I mean, I'm starting to. I mean, I see why. I truly see why. It's just
It's sad because you want to, especially when it's black owned businesses, you really want them to get on with you, and but most people ain't about that life. It's like give me, but I like give me all your efforts, and I want you to be top A grade with your efforts, but I'm coming through at the bottom of the barrel. Yeah.
I can't keep doing that. I can't, like
Mm-mm.
our segment and our podcast is for the community, and it'll always be for that. Eventually, though, if our community don't get our shit together, there's a Rebecca somewhere that will pay me $100 for promotion. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, so just pointing out that we need to do better as a community. If whether it's a relationship, a business, personal, teacher to student, mom to dad, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to
Mm-hmm.
have a level of communication. Say, hey, I know I said that I was interested in this. I'm sorry that I wasted your time. Please move on to somebody who would better use your promotion, for what
Mhm.
it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, or
Yeah.
hey, Holly, sorry, I'm just trying to fuck. I'm not trying to do nothing else. Let people know what's up. That's the thing. Now I'm getting loud. um,
Honesty is always it's gonna always be there's we talked about that on the pink cookie. Like honesty is sexy. Be honest. Be honest about what you want. Be honest. Like I want you to do the promotion, but I don't have the funds or um like I just don't have the time because I overextended myself. But when you
no,
just ghost and you just gone, when you spin the block, I may not be as friendly as I was the first time. I may
no,
not be as accommodating as I was the first time. It's just gonna be you hitting the inbox, and it's just and I may read your shit, may not respond, just like you did me.
okay.
Sometimes matching energies, works because you
It's
can always show what I was always told you can show a nigga better than you can tell him. So
okay.
I'm gonna tell you, and then when you show me that you don't like my words, and I'm gonna show you in actions because I'm a person I believe in the actions more so than words.
Period. Period.
You
It's
can
funny.
tell me any fucking thing.
It's funny that you say that. I actually posted something a few hours ago, and I said I'm slowly unfriending unmatched energies
Mm,
because, okay, y'all for y'all that know me, y'all know what happened to me a long time ago. This is the month that my daughter would be turning 15. So it's a hard month for me, but I've been happier lately, and it just seems like because I'm becoming happier, people are hating on that.
always.
And I'm just like, whoa, 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 whoa. There's no need to hate, my nigga. If you would have seen me 15 years ago, you would be like, fuck, you deserve this shit, bitch. But
Mm,
instead of having that, no, it's just straight hatred or people coming in the inbox, oh, can you do this? Or how did you do this? And all this stuff. Y'all know I don't gatekeep shit. You know what I'm saying? But especially since going viral, Miss Fatu,
yeah.
it's been out of hand. It's been out of hand. People just hitting me up left and right. I'm like, y'all ain't finna misuse me, honey. This was when I went viral last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That was for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was my time.
That was your gift. I mean, we talked about that. That was your gift coming into July, knowing that you are normally below low energy spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And so, the creative life was like, nah, I don't want you to be sad, and it's almost like you can be sad for the life that's lost, but still thankful for the opportunity that you were able to give that life, right? And but there's also a push up. I need you to be happy. I need you to be happy in this month, especially if no other fucking month. Let's start here. Let's start here and let's build here. And that way, next July, the sadness won't be as so sad, right? And because let's be real, it's never gonna go away. I'm not gonna. I will never tell somebody, oh, in year 25, you ain't gonna feel it no more. No, you're gonna always feel it, especially because that life was in you. You created that life. You pushed that life out. You know what I'm saying? And so while I do think that um as hurtful as it is, you still got that push to be happy in this month. And then because you got that push, then others is like, no, no, bitch, we need you to be down. Because people only like you most of the time when you're down anyway.
Okay, that toxic.
Because when they know that you down and they down, they want you to be down bad like them, so they relish off of your sadness. And so that's when you get happy, then they get ghost, and then you become the problem. I'll be that problem, me and my fucking happiness
Okay,
all day long.
sorry, y'all. Y'all ain't finna take away what I worked almost 31 years to have.
Correct.
Okay? What is for me, and what is for you
Mm-hmm.
will be for you. I have to go to my African accent for a second to let
So,
to let people know. Do not come for me unless I send for you.
mm,
That's it. That's all I need to say. Mama Africa had to come out and say that real quick. Don't come for me unless I send for
mm-hmm.
you. Like it just. But shout out to all the new followers, though. I mean, I'm not. We can't. Can't sit here and lie. Has been amazing.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate that real quick. Shout out.
Fucking grateful. Yeah.
Shout out to
Thankful, grateful,
all
appreciative.
7,200 of y'all because there's 7,200 plus. So thank you guys. Even though
Mm-hmm.
technically, like 3 of those followers are us, but.
I mean, but I guess if you don't follow you, ain't nobody else gonna follow you.
Okay. That part.
Hmm. I'm weak.
I'm excited though. I'm excited, I'm excited for everything that's going to be happening with just us in general, our pods, our individuals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm starting mine back up today.
I
As soon as
was
we get done, I'm gonna go hit my pod, and so it'll be out Wednesday. So I'm gonna go back to my Wednesdays.
I was just about to say, I was gonna let you reel that in. I was hoping that you
You
caught
threw
my
the
drift.
hooks, and I'm like, let me get it.
Yeah, please. Oh, see, this is why
Yeah.
this is why we get along. She
Mm-hmm.
caught the bait, and then so yes, she is
Mm-hmm.
bringing her podcast back, you guys, and so excited. It's going to be here on the Morning Mimosas page as well, y'all. Um,
Ooh.
so yeah, did you think I was gonna have you have your podcast and not have it be on a viral page so people can see what you got going too? I'm sorry,
Mhm.
I share my wealth.
Yeah,
Not
sharing is caring
everybody,
to a
not with
certain
everybody
degree. You heard what I said? Sharing is caring, but to a certain degree.
though. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm excited. I've been missing, but I stopped for a good reason. The demand of school was, well, the summertime. So I took the time between one semester and then summer semester to write, and I got a lot done. Like I'm more than halfway, so that's really good. But these 5 week semesters,
They
mm-mm.
cramp so they cramp so much in a summer semester. That's the thing because I know
Five weeks.
it's the shortest one, so they try to I
Yeah.
guess put his. But I never really understood that. I actually want to talk about that when I was in college, and you guys know I'm going back to school next month as well, um, and I'm
Promoting criminal
overjoyed.
justice education. Mm-hmm.
Um, I just never understood why in the summer semester they wanted to jam pack so much information like that. I'm like, whoa, like I get
Because it's
it's
a
short, but
whole semester in 5 weeks. It's
but
the whole semester. Because some people like that.
I don't
Some
know.
people love it. What I just realized, in my little slow brain thinking, is the fact that I'm paying a lot of money to teach my goddamn self too.
Okay.
Because the syllabus rolls out. This is what you got, and this is when it's due by. Get her done. I
Oh,
had to, always I did have the somewhat of a setback with that statistical math.
ooh, I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that in a real time semester and not a mini semester because that shit was out of control.
Yeah.
But one thing that it did bring about for me is that I'm always pushing myself, and I never really give myself grace. And I was down even when I dropped the class. I was like really upset with me for not being able to just get it done.
Mhm.
Um, but I was pushing. Turn my alarm off. I'm sorry. Um,
You're good.
um, but and then because I was so upset, I was said I'm gonna overachieve in my sociology class. I'm gonna get all this shit done so that I can have a break. But really and truly, that still was being cruel to myself. They give you the amount of time for a reason. Take the damn time.
Yes.
So what I learned is to give myself grace and be patient with me. Um, get the work done, of course, And then like right before we got on, I was looking because I had gotten a notice from my Canvas. I've been waiting to see what my grade was going to be on this paper that I had to write. We had to watch a documentary by Michael Moore, Where to Invade Next. And then, of course, there's like a series of questions. We had to write like 4 to 5 page essay on it. And it's 50 points. And so I've been waiting to see what that grade, like how many points I was going to get. And I got all 50. I was like, see, give myself grace. I got you. I got you. So it's like a breakthrough. Like being good to me. You know, I'm good to everybody else except for this person right here. So I'm thankful for me and proud of me for being good to me. Who knew that it was gonna take that goddamn math class to break my brain to say you're being too hard for you on yourself? Because I mean, we talked about it. That shit was ridiculous.
Yeah. I actually still have questions on why.
Well, I mean, I understand the why.
I mean, okay, so yeah, we're gonna get into some criminal justice things really quick. So please excuse me because this is the reason why I think she needs this class. But okay, so as far as statistical math goes, so the only reason I think that it's needed for criminal justice, I think I explained to you, is figuring out like certain things like blood splatter, gun, a gun trajectory or something like that. I feel like that's for things like that. But other than that, I'm like, what else do you like?
But also, if you're trying to figure out, because criminal justice, criminal psychology, all of these things, they try to figure out if you have a room full of this amount of people, how many of those people are going to be like sociopaths? How many of them are going to be psychopaths? How many are going to be killers? And so it's also that also, or you're at a crime scene and you are surveying and it's this many people. Out of that many people, how many people do you really think saw what happened and it's going to be truthful?
Gotcha.
It's all of those things. Yeah.
That's true too. Didn't think about that. I wasn't thinking about that. That's true. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like I hope they do that math in like a criminal justice aspect. Like if they like for example, like I imagine a question being like, if God, I really hate to. I don't want to talk like this though, but like if Johnny was shot 5 times, and oh God, where am I going with this? I'm trying to. I guess I'm trying to figure out like a math question talking about the trajectory of a shooting. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I'm not even gonna mess my brain with all of that. But
so like if people shot 5 times, where was the person at when each shot was fired?
Yeah, there you go. Right. And then what was the fatal shot?
What was the probability of which shot actually killed? Yep.
The trajectory of how it entered. Yeah, things like thank you. You see, you're helping me. Things like that. Like that I 100% get. But for some reason, I guess maybe because I'm starting off with this my paralegal for now. But the classes that I'm about to be taking are going to be really interesting. Introduction to Law is my first class, and I'm taking that at night because they didn't have any day classes. I was sad about that. But
how long is your semester? Is it like the full semester? Is it August to December or is it September? August to December. Okay.
So, luckily, they give us bus passes and stuff. So it'll be cool, being on campus that late.
Make sure you have protection with you.
Oh, keep the Glock on my side. But anyways,
I'm done. I am so done. But you can't. I don't believe you can take it to school. I know we couldn't. Like even though I have my license, it's it's on the door. So you gotta take like a knife. Go ahead and get your knife throwing skills together.
Oh, don't.
Are brass knuckles legal there? You have to look into that.
I have to look in, because
they just became legal, I think, within the last year or two here in Texas.
Because I have Well, they're not. Well, I have brass knuckles. They're not. It's not brass though. It's like a little. I mean, I have some. I have some. I call them dukesters. Like
You name them Dukesters.
yeah, like I need to get my dukesters. So I can duke, duke, so I can duke, 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 duke.
I'm weak.
Yeah, I have them. My purple dukesters. Um,
Mhm.
so I have a whole self defense kit.
Yeah.
Um, I have a taser, mace. I have my little my Pokemon thingy.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
was gonna say I wish I could off the top of my head remember. There is someone that I follow on TikTok and Instagram. I'm gonna have to figure out I'm gonna have to remember what her name is. She sells the kits.
that's interesting. So
Yeah.
I actually got a kit from her name is Leah's Luxury. Shout out to her.
Shout
Um,
out.
Black owned, and she actually does really good business. I love her. I'm actually going to talk about the good business, the good black owned businesses. So
Because they're her son.
she's amazing. I love my self defense kit. I customized it to my liking. It was purple. So shout out to her. Go shop with her. She's on Facebook, y'all. Leah's Luxuries. LEIA' Luxuries. Okay, that's for a self defense kit. Because we have to protect ourselves out here for real. Because
Hmm.
people be a little squirrely for a nut.
For sure. And fuck around and lose their life.
Speaking of which, I follow this YouTuber. Her name is Paris Milan. Um, you already know I'm about to talk about Jeremy Brown. So
So that whole
might have to spark the blunt for that one. But just people's ignorance like makes me want
I
to
still haven't been able to get to that whole thing. I cannot. That just it's really sad, not just as black people, but it's the sad thought process of men who are supposed to be our providers and protectors are bashing her and across the board they keep saying, oh, she was talking shit and she should have just walked away. Because they themselves are probably abusers, and I'm gonna say it, they probably are abusive and they don't think highly of women, don't really recognize the fact that had she even walked away, whether she just said fuck the food that I already paid for and left, he would have followed her out into the parking lot. Because once you get an abuser going, they don't fucking stop because you walk away. They get pissed that you walked away.
exactly.
So there's nothing that she could have done. And we still don't know, like, even what started it. It could have been she was taking too long to fucking order. It could have been just anything. So the amount of black men who showed their true colors, I couldn't get past the part, which is at the very beginning where they were making memes and cartoons about it. It's ridiculous. Like, I feel bad for your parents that and I mean I just feel bad for your mom. You have no respect for women.
No.
And I also feel like men who act that way towards women don't really like women.
No, they don't.
They don't. They just don't.
No.
And that's why they feel the need to be disrespectful, to be, bitch ass niggas.
Okay.
All of these things that are horrible. Whether you think it's normal because you saw your mama get beat, your grandma get beat, your sisters, or whatever, that y'all are praising a man who has girls that he's raising, but he's beating on some random ass woman. So what does he do to their mom?
Exactly. Okay, let's.
And how would he react if somebody then turned around and beat their ass? Are you gonna try to beat their ass so then it's wrong? If somebody touched my mama, then you feel it's okay to touch somebody else's mama?
No.
And then the fact that they doxed her and just
So I'm gonna go ahead and continue from what Miss Fatu was saying. She was saying Nathan, but the truth, though. Um, all these memes and things that people do, like when things are really really serious. I'm like, yo, are we really that desensitized to humanity? For real. Like I just like that shit's really starting to piss me the fuck off. We are so fucking desensitized to other humans.
mm-hmm.
That lady was giving away money to fathers on Father's Day. And instead of her getting a thank you for all of that, she got beat by a man later that day.
And probably the same men that she sent money to created memes. Let's be real about it.
They use that $20 to do that.
That part.
I mean, it's
very disheartening.
And then some of the calls that was in that video that I'm talking about with Miss shout out to Miss Paris Milan. There was one. It was a a woman from the Caucasus Mountains.
Oh.
And she was talking about how the mom should have had the gun secure. That's the only thing that she kept saying is she should have had the gun left. She should have left the gun at home, or she should have locked it. Her son shouldn't have had access to it.
Why?
And my whole thing about that was when Miss Paris was trying to get through that whack bitch's head. Sorry, y'all. She she just kept arguing with her over the gun. I'm like, so I get that the gun should have been locked up and away from the child, but that's not what the fuck we're talking about though.
Mm-mm.
We're talking about the fact that she was trying to reiterate that a grown man was beating the shit out of a woman and nobody was doing anything about it, and she was being reiterative of the gun.
But because you do know that most people do not believe that Black people are human anyway.
Mm-mm.
So she probably felt that ass beating that he was putting on her was justified, and probably enjoyed watching it, make jokes about it and everything else. So she's probably more upset that the boy defended his mom, because how dare you defend that bitch?
And to that white woman, I know you're probably never going to see this, and well, I hope you do, wherever you are. Damn, I hate to say this. I hope your son doesn't defend you. Like, sorry.
Because I'm pretty sure your child at 5 knows where your gun is and has access to it, and that's perfectly fine with you.
Right. Sorry, I'm sorry. Well, sorry, not sorry, because I'm getting tired of this. And then the 2 Black men that called on that episode, I was just like, yeah, Black men don't like Black women like that. They don't. Okay.
They have no respect.
Let me be politically correct. Some.
Right. It's not all.
Some Black men.
And you're right. Thank you for clarifying, because some men or human beings don't realize that, it's not every one of them, because you don't know every one of them. And just like we don't know the people that called in, but we do know that they some coward ass niggas.
Okay, say that part again.
Because come on. You're gonna defend a man, and then my
mind is blown by that. My mind is just blown by like one of them was was trying to justify him beating her by saying that why didn't she just walk away?
That's what I'm saying. He would have beat her ass out. He would have still beat her even if she walked away. And you don't know, he probably could have thought that she was attractive. Because let's not forget that men, if you reject men, they then will still try to beat your ass too. Because how dare you say no to me or not want to be with me?
There's that part too. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, we're gonna talk about this a lot more. People, men, women, whatever you identify as, you need to be able to learn to accept rejection, man. These stories that I hear of a man killing a woman because she didn't want him, or a woman killing a man because he did, she, vice versa.
Yeah, it happens. It
Like,
goes both ways.
what the fuck is going on with people's mindsets to where we think that that shit is okay? Like, if
They're
someone don't want
entitled.
you, there's 7, 8 billion of them motherfucker. I'm sorry, that shit just bothers me. Like, I just heard another story like that, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
why does this continuously happen? I'm actually gonna tell that story. So this happened, this happened a month before my daughter died. This was June 2008, in Georgia. The victim, excuse me, I don't want to call her that. The beautiful soul was named Carrie Harris Wick. She was a successful food control manager for Conagra in Atlanta. She was murdered by her coworker um, because she rejected his advances respectfully. But he killed her right in her office during lunchtime when there was meetings going on in other places. And then they heard the stabbing, ran and found her with a knife in her neck while she was sending a fax. Um, and the thing that makes me mad about that story, it's gonna go a little bit deeper. You're gonna be surprised. He killed a woman before in New Jersey. He got 5 years for that.
For 5 years?
For the
5 years?
for the first murder, yeah. He got 5 years because it was his first offense and he was mentally ill.
Oh, so he wasn't.
Oh no, these are black people.
Oh shit! How they let him off like that? Because typically, you could be smoking a blunt and you go to jail for life.
I don't know. I don't know how he manipulated those people back in the 90s, but he beat his ex-girlfriend to death, got 5 years for manslaughter, and then moved to Georgia. Years later, killed another woman. But Georgia was like, we're not gonna fuck up like New Jersey did.
Right now, get up in there for the rest of your life.
And that's exactly what they gave him. And it's interesting. Um, when I watched the episode, one of the detectives, because the guy tried to say that somebody named Frank killed him. So Frank was the murderer's alter ego. But what made me laugh at the end is when he said he and Frank are doing life. I cracked the fuck up. I was like, yeah, you really thought?
I stand. I stand.
Like,
Frank.
I'm like,
That
dude,
means you don't get 2 life sentences, one for you and one for Frank.
Frank, okay.
I remember when it really started to. I mean, it's always been out of hand, but I remember. Was it in New York? I don't even remember if it was New York. The young lady who was a college student and she rejected the man's advances, and he followed her to her car in the parking garage, raped and killed her. She was like 18, 19. She was a baby. She may have been go all the way up to 21. I don't remember. But I just remember after that, I started hearing story after story after story. Like, it's just
Move on, people. Like, no, seriously, it's ridiculous. Move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. Like,
I don't think that I know. I'm not gonna say I think. I know that if I'm interested in someone and they're not interested in me, I'm going to keep it moving. There's so many other people. But also, I do recognize that it is a trauma response because in those years, I didn't think that either. Like, a lot of my defense mechanism came from the fact of me growing up thinking that neither one of my parents give a fuck about me. So I always had the mentality of, if the two people who made me and brought me in this world didn't give a fuck about me, why should I care if you don't give a fuck about me? And that has saved me from, I guess, not being so sad or not going crazy over somebody. But also, I'm not hit. And should I choose to talk to somebody else, not everybody is going to tell me no. You just missed out.
exactly. And I need to. You kind of hit some points for me. I kind of need to. I need to heal from that. But as well, that's a whole another ball game. But no, seriously, guys, move on.
Yeah.
I've had feelings for so my first kid's father. Loved him for 16 years. even though I dated other people throughout the time and stuff like that. But he wasn't my person. And I, could have put forth, better effort in other relationships had I not been stuck on his stupid ass.
Mhm.
Um,
But that means that they weren't your person either.
that's true.
Yeah. So it's almost like, Dana and I have had this conversation about how like you with someone and you love them, and you will always have love for that person. I don't really know what that's like because once you fuck up or once we break up, that's it. Like
Right.
you're not even, you don't even really cross my mind unless something like you do something to bring you back to my thoughts. And most of the time that's not even really a good thing because it's never anything positive. But there are people that you still have love for. There's still people that you care for, but there is a difference between currently and still having that connection, because the other person can't get in on a connection that's already there.
True.
So until we, that's why I always say it's kind of best to take a minute between the breakups to not just for yourself to heal and get through that, but you have to sever that connection because your person is not going to be able to come and plug in where it's already plugged. Period.
That's true.
I mean, it just kind of works that way. Um,
Yeah.
imagine your person coming along and they're doing and giving you all of the things that you want, but you don't appreciate it or even halfway recognize it because you're wishing that that other person was doing it for you. So then what's going to happen? The creative life is going to go ahead and sever that connection, and then you're going to be stuck.
True that.
It's like a wheel. So you always have to take the time to really flush out your system. Not saying that you can still have love for that person, right? But not be still connected to that person where you're when you come in contact with somebody and they do something, say you want somebody to open the door, your first thought is not thank you, I appreciate it, oh my God, I'm appreciative of the gesture that you just showed me. You're thinking, damn, I wish so and so would have done that because that would have made our relationship better.
Yeah, that is so
You see what
true.
I'm saying? But also, we always say what's for us is for us, and what is not for us is not for us. So if that person was really a person and it was meant, they would have done those things.
True that.
Having that mentality. So like when people try to do, and then you have they try to throw stuff in your face about different things that they're doing. For me, it doesn't work because I always think that if you were supposed to do that for me or with me, then we would have done it. Because the writer of life would have made it so. And because they didn't, I don't give a shit.
Okay.
But also, I would like to say that I can say all of these things, but a lot of my thought processes comes from trauma response.
It's interesting. We were talking about trauma response yesterday. Well, after the show. I forgot what I did, but it's something I did, and then they were like, "That's a trauma response," and I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of react, based on those things. I'm still healing, right? From like me, for example, I say sorry a lot.
But do you mean it or do you say because it's trauma response? Like you feel like you should say it because of whatever, but you don't really mean it. Or do
Both,
you really mean it? Both?
yeah, because sorry I upset you, I guess,
No,
type of thing. But
no,
also,
no, no. If you are telling somebody something and their feelings are hurt by what they did to affect you, you're not sorry that their feelings are hurt. Because especially if I've already told you I don't like it when you do such and such, or this is how it makes me feel, and they continue to do it, they're disregarding your feelings. So don't be sorry because you hurt their feelings. Sorry, not sorry.
True that.
Next time, if you want me to, we all have boundaries, right? And if you're saying you are crossing my boundary when you do this, please don't do that. It may not happen overnight that they'll stop, but if it's a continual boundary cross and then I then blow up on you, I'm not sorry that I blew up on you because I warned you ahead of time that this is my boundary that you keep crossing. So we can do this the easy way of you easing out of that boundary, or I'm gonna push your bitch ass out of the boundary.
Okay. So,
Right. See?
see, you see how I just said sorry again? Like it's just,
Uh-huh.
it's
It's a habit. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna have to make a certain amount of days of you not saying sorry and see how often, or tally that shit. Every time you say sorry, make a mark. From the wake up to the go to sleep, and then count how many times you said it. But you have to be honest with yourself about keeping tally
oh, I am. I've been
and see what happens.
definitely want to do that because yeah, that needs to stop. Um, I don't know. I'm just used. I mean, I'm just used to saying
But I
sorry.
mean, if you really apologizing and you're really saying sorry because you mean it, because you actually done something malicious or whatever, even if it's accidental, that's one thing. But saying it to make somebody else feel okay with how they made you feel is not okay.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
It's hard. It's out here for a pimp. It's so many behaviors that we have to unlearn. It's unreal. I mean, and to be honest and to be fair, everybody operates in trauma response mode. Even when you think you don't have trauma, you have it. Everybody's looks different, but I mean, that's just like we get into an argument, and my trauma response is to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna close that door, right? I'm never gonna talk to you again. Other people's trauma response is, I'm gonna put my hands on you. And then some people's trauma response is to talk about it because I have to make you understand why I feel like there's so many different levels. And it also it goes back to how we were raised, um, and how we choose to behave as adults, adult humans in this life. And I have all of the three. The one thing that I don't do anymore is put my hands on people. I used to though. Because that was like but I believe also it was also like that for me because I was getting my ass beat at the time. And so it was my outlet. I couldn't fight the people that was doing it. So I'm gonna fight somebody else. So somebody else was getting the brunt of what somebody else could feel. Um, but really and truly, if I get to a certain level of anger, I have to be quiet.
Yeah.
Because what will come out is not pleasant. And really that's only with people that I choose though. There are some people that get it right off the cuff because I don't really give a shit about you. But if I care about you, I'm gonna think before I speak. I used to teach my son, think 3 times before you say something.
Okay. Man. Yeah, there's sorry, I'm just taking everything in.
It's a little unnerving sometimes. I have conversations with myself about the shit that how my thought, like a lot of my thought processes for me that have been normal seem so weird when I talk to people and it's so opposite. So I'm like really, are you really that fucked up? And then my second thought is, but it's gotten you so far in life. So, but I feel like for you, it's gonna take you a minute. I said it yesterday, and I've said it more than once. the amount of life that you have lived in a very short time span is going to be a lot to unpack and get through. And it's gonna be it'll be a long road, but rewarding. It ain't gonna be as hard as, a struggle on a daily basis, because you'll have good days and then something will trigger you, right? And it puts you right back. And so initially you'll want to get into that sunken place that you were before, feeling sad. But as you continue to do the work, it won't be as sunken anymore. It will be a thought process, and then you'll flick that shit off and you'll keep moving as you tackle each and every little trauma response.
I can't wait to football the whole thing. Get it, tackle.
I'm done with you.
I can't wait to. No, I'm tackling everything. I am in therapy. I do
Mhm.
therapy every Friday. Um, um, my therapist is an amazing Black woman. Shout out to her. I'm not gonna say her name because y'all need to know who my therapist is. Um,
That part.
but no, she's been amazing. But a lot of things have changed though. Like from when I started, talking to Miss Fatu, like a little bit before I turned 30. Um, my headspace was not where it is today. Yeah,
Mm.
it was way darker, if I can, just be a little bit
Mhm.
honest. But I am in better spirits lately. I can't, well, I can complain, right? I can, because I'm a human being, but I won't.
Mhm. You have that right.
But I won't. I won't complain because look at all the great things that are happening now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, usually at the beginning of July, I'm like bawling my eyes out because I'm like, because the thought came, I was like, oh, my daughter's birthday yesterday, the first. I was like, my daughter's birthday is in 16 days, and I got sad about it for a second, and I almost wanted to cry, but then I was like, oh shit, I have to get a canopy for the going live at the Black Arts Festival, like, and then I got happy again. So I was just like, you know what? There's obviously that part of my life is tragic, but there's just so much good going that I don't want to wallow in.
Right.
I don't want to wallow in that sadness. You know what I'm
Have
saying?
you
So
celebrated her birthday at all, or are you normally sad on that day?
I'm usually sad. um, there's years where I've wanted to like God without being judged. There's years where I've like wanted to like throw like a party type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I was scared of being judged for having a party for a deceased person.
But that would have helped you healed, correct? So fuck what anybody else thinks. Even if you have a party with yourself, they ain't gotta come for you to celebrate. They don't have to be there for you to celebrate. But my opinion, and it don't have to be your opinion, it's almost like being thankful that you were given that love, blessing of love. Because I mean, of course, we always say people are still with us, correct? She's always going to be with you because she was in you. So thank you for the opportunity, even though the life was taken. But thank you for the opportunity, because that also helped you on a different path, whether it's a path of destruction, but just being able to carry. A lot of people are not blessed enough to carry a child, correct? People go through hardships of having pregnancies, and whether it came from how the baby is conceived, be thankful for that life. So I guess I would try to encourage you, and it doesn't have to be a big party. You could go out to dinner on that day. You could just, talk to your babies that day about their sister. You never got to meet her, when, of course, when their mind is able to process, but when you start celebrating the life instead of mourning the death, that may help. I don't know. Just a thought in my little peon mind.
Don't.
So you're not so sad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely doing something for that weekend. With like I said, with the podcast, just keeping me happy and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. That weekend, hopefully, I'll be going to this event and maybe going live from this event that weekend. Well, I don't know. We'll see how how that weekend goes, but
Mm-hmm.
just like a lot of exciting things going on.
Mm-hmm.
From this henceforth. So I didn't tell anybody because this is my plan. I plan on launching my nonprofit on her birthday next year.
I love that shit.
So that way it becomes not a day. It's not a day of like sadness. It becomes a day of like more happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I told everybody, oh, give me about a year or so. That's the actual launch
Mm-hmm.
date for
Ooh, a
just.
day of achievement of a different kind, but of equal importance.
Yep.
Not really, well, equal importance because, especially because of what it's for, the nonprofit. That's what I mean. You see what I'm saying? That's really good. That's fucking awesome, actually. That's a
Yeah.
good plan.
I want to change July into something positive. Like literally, July,
Oh,
bless
excuse
you,
me,
has
y'all.
been the worst month of my life. Starting with in 2002, because July is the month I met her father.
Oh,
So
spiraled from there in the July realm.
it's just great. It's great from there. So, just changing it into a positive because
Mm-hmm.
that nigga. But on a positive note, we'll be going live from the festival this Saturday. That's going to be exciting. Um,
I can't wait for that. Even though I'm not going to be there, I can't wait for that.
I'm excited. I'm really, really upset because, like, I need a barber because I need to get a lineup.
Are you going to color your hair? I'm
Yeah,
going to start now, but
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be redder. Cause I mean, I look good. Look, I'm sorry, I'm one of the cutest brake lights you ever seen, honey. Cause I'm gonna tell you the story. Like, but yeah, it's so exciting. We're supposed to go on stage before the '90s tribute. I
Mm,
don't know. I wish I knew what time that was. But at least I know,
about.
who I'm going before. I just don't know what time that is. So we're just really really excited. It's going to be amazing. Hopefully, soon me and Lily would be able to come to Houston for big events and go live from events there too. It's really really interesting. When I started doing podcasting, I wanted to podcast in different states.
Mm-hmm.
Um, go visit people in different states, podcast with them, at a restaurant or podcast at their home or podcast at an Airbnb or whatever, and just, build these connections. And with the podcast retreat being next year, which is interesting, the podcast retreat is also around the time of the nonprofit launch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be
July is popping next year.
popping. Ooh.
See,
Shout out to Chris. Shout out to the old Chris Brown.
not the old Chris Brown.
Yeah. That new one be. Um,
Pop.
oops. Did I just do that? I'm sorry. I was just cleaning my nose. Um, I'm sorry. These celebrities are not gonna like me. They're not gonna like me. I'm sorry. Like
Mm.
I already know by this time next year, you and I are gonna be around a whole bunch of A-listers,
Oh,
and
I'm
Chris
really
Brown's
excited.
not gonna Chris Brown's not gonna like me at all. Cause I'm gonna tell him straight up. I'm like, look, fool. Like, you need to be booger sugar free.
Well, from what I have heard on the internet, he probably wouldn't talk to you or
You're
I because
right.
we're
You're
not the right
right.
skin tone.
You're right. You're right. He wouldn't. You're right. He wouldn't talk to me. You know why? He wouldn't talk to me because I let him know about his. Never mind. You know what? No, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there because I don't. I'm
We'll
not
do
gonna.
that off air.
Huh? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, for sure. I'm for sure gonna tell you what I tell his ass. But I'll tell him like I'll just do like a clean version. I'm like, look, Christopher Maurice Brown. Your middle name is Maurice. I feel like you need to kind of like calm down a little bit because like I know like had you not been famous, do you know what you probably would have been doing? You'd be a cashier at Target somewhere,
Wow.
you know. So calm down, Maurice.
Maurice.
Like just he needs to humble himself. Like I'm
That's
not
like a
sure.
real ethnic name. Like he would be a pimp named Slickback. Was it? Who was it?
A pimp
From
named
Boondocks. Mm-hmm.
Slickback. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, for you to down beautiful chocolate queens, like you didn't descend from darkness. Like
You're right.
I just need him to. I need him, to humble himself because, honey, I will be the dark skinned woman that will change your life. Let me
Oh,
tell. Let me tell. No, 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 no. I'm being dead ass serious. I'll be that dark skinned woman that will change his life and change that ugly perspective of his. So, Chris Brown, beware. I'm on the hunt because, buddy, I'm about to change your perspective on dark skinned women. Because, not trying to be funny, brother, light skinned brothers don't get a good rep sometimes either, okay? But we're not going to go there because I love my light and dark brothers, okay?
yeah, you should love your people regardless of what it is.
Okay? We're not going to go there because that's going to the negative like you do,
But
okay?
you know that also comes from a certain beauty standard that ain't really the truth anyway. You know.
Man, these scammers be. You really sent me your friend request. You're funny. Block.
Ooh,
Yeah, you know those scammers that be wanting to help. They be messaging you, "Hey, do you have a podcast? Do you need help with promotion?" Like,
that, but you know, between that
oh,
and you know what else I hate is when when you befriend someone or they send you an inbox, you know, I'm getting a certain feeling from the aura that you have and you have a blockage and can I do a
yes.
reading?
Whoa, what is up with that
No,
fake
because
shit? What is up with that? Sorry.
right, if you really felt something and you were trying to be, I guess, a good person, you would say, "This is what I feel," and you may need to go get checked out. Don't what you want to read me for? How much are you trying to read me for? Because you want me to pay, and also I'm not interested.
Right. I'm like, excuse. I'm like, first, sorry, I burped, y'all. That was not ladylike. But no, seriously though, I'm just like, why do y'all be sending me these weird ass messages? Like,
Yeah.
and then oh, do you need a sugar baby? I sent you $3,000 in cash out. Can you guys get some more scams? Okay, so the one that gets me the most, Miss Fatu, is the ones where in our podcasting groups. Oh, I'm feeling generous. To make a logo. That one
Send
gets
me
me.
the money for the materials. How much you ever? What if I sent you a penny? What are you gonna do then? You gonna try to backtrack into my account? How about I send you this? That's what you get. Because if you really was feeling generous and you wanted to do it for free, then you would just do this shit for free and I wouldn't have to send you anything. I almost fell for that one time.
Me
This
too.
is like when I first started and I was real green.
Me
And
too.
then I was like, nah. I think the put off for me was the amount of times that you inboxed. Like it wasn't like, okay, I'm doing a service, but okay, I have to go get the materials. And then, okay, I'm leaving my house in 30 minutes. Okay, I'm on my way to the store. Like you are really trying to get, and then, but you're not gonna cash out me, you're gonna cash out my boyfriend. I'm not cash apping either one of you motherfuckers. How about that? It's
What happened to getting a real job, guys? Like, I'm not saying like a W-2. Starting your business. Selling candles or soaps or clothes or shirts.
mm-hmm.
Doing something of actual value. Not
And
like
legal.
like I'm gonna find this post because I have to I have to show you guys like how bad things get. Hopefully, I can find it soon.
And then
It's like,
when enough people find out that they bullshit, what they do is then change the name and then circle back around. I'm not a spinner blocker, so that's a deletion.
Like these, when they post, I don't know if you guys are able to see these. When you guys are looking to do like your tablecloths and stuff,
Uh-huh.
that should be. I'm like, dude, these are we're real. Like people think that because we're podcasters that we're not really doing anything other than
Yeah.
getting on a screen and talking.
That's because most people, that's all they do, especially the people that's running the narrative of let's pit men against women, um, without taking accountability for their own actions.
Okay.
Because if you, one thing that made me snap is that if you're picking the same type of person, it's not them, it's you. It's something within you that are being drawn to that particular person, and you may be drawn to them, and you, if you don't have the strength to back them hoes off when you get the red flags, it's you enjoy some of it, because if you didn't, you would elevate yourself, get yourself together, and then enter a new but the amount of men that want to go 50-50, but it's only for the bills. The amount of women who want to be stay-at-home moms, but don't do shit around the house when you at home.
Okay.
The amount of, men who want women to be submissive to them, and they scream it from the mountaintops. That tells me that you are not worth any type of submission. Because if you are a leader and you start leading, women will naturally submit and do all of these things. So the fact that you haven't put that in your, like, you trying to beat somebody into submission, that's not going to ever work. You are never going to be. And then you want your wife to look like the baddies on the internet, but not really. So you want them, you see that the picture on the internet, this is the type of lifestyle I want. I want this bag. I want to go on this vacation. And your wallet is not dictating that. So what you want to do is you want to break that person down to where they're shit and accept your bullshit. And vice versa. Some of these women be outlandish. I feel like, don't ask a man to pay all of your bills if you can't pay your bills.
Okay.
Because what if something happens to him, and then you was waiting on his money to pay your bills? Why you not getting out and getting? Not saying that you can't be a stay-at-home mom. Not saying that you can't have some type of worth where you want that dynamic of the man takes care. But if don't ask a man for $800 purse if you can't buy that shit yourself.
Thank you. I keep telling
And
people
then
that.
be mad when he wants some pussy. Like, you're acting like a prostitute, so then we're gonna treat you like one. Let's do a fair exchange, and it's really not a fair exchange. No
it's
matter how good you think your pussy is, pleasure only lasts for so long. Like, be the person that you are looking for at the end of the day. If you're looking for a piece of shit, then you continue to be a piece of shit. But you can't be shit wanting ice cream. It don't match.
Doesn't mix.
Mm-mm.
That shit is. I'm sorry. That shit's funny. So so people who know me, I'm a stay-at-home mom. But I'm a productive stay-at-home mother. I have my own business that I've started, and it is slowly growing. So for the stay-at-home moms who don't think that they can do that, yes, you can. Because I was that initially I was a stay-at-home mom. I was working for Wells Fargo, working when they had like the PPP, all that shit. Because all them damn P's. And that was cool. Did that seasonally, and then I just, I wasn't. I mean, I was working, but it wasn't like that. And I was just like, oh, I'm like, how am I really gonna do this with 2 kids and blah blah blah. But I'm here to encourage the stay-at-home moms. You can definitely stay at home and make an income. Don't just sit there and wait for a man to do stuff for you or anybody for that matter. Yeah, there's resources out there to help you. Yes, I'm not going to knock those resources. Just shout out to the resources that have helped me and my children. But you have to be able to go get it for yourself because, like she said, these niggas. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, real men don't do that.
No,
It's niggas.
And they
You
can
know?
leave you as far as walking out to get, the milk and never come back, or their life can be taken. How are you going to sustain life?
Exactly.
Or what happens when you decide whether say you don't homeschool your children, you send them to school, so then you at home doing nothing. You go stir crazy and idle mind, idle hands, double mind. Like, there's so many things, but also let's not forget that when you become parents, especially when you become a mom, you lose a part of who you are. So it's almost like building yourself up and keeping yourself up for no matter what life throws at you. It's just always best.
I'm gonna end the episode on that note because you said something beautiful, and I ain't trying to fuck that up. All right, so me and her are gonna go backstage and have a chat about Chris Brown for a second.
I
Um,
And then after that, guess what I'm gonna do?
Homework.
Before the homework, I'm gonna shoot my episode for my podcast.
Yes, a girl for some reason I thought you were gonna do the homework first because ooh, but as you guys know, this is healing. Well, truth time. I mean, I'm gonna call it truth time. Y'all just it's just gonna be marked as Hanaia, healing with Hanaia and Fatu. It is truthing with Hanaia and Fatu. We will see y'all. What is today? We will see y'all on the 16th, which is the day before my daughter's birthday. So we will talk about her.
Yes.
And I will give a little bit more information about her because a lot of people have asked me, like, well, Holly, you've never shown a picture or anything like that.
The prerogative when you're ready.
That's also true. And I also want to point out that both me and my daughter were both minors when she passed. So if I don't ever show you guys the picture,
You'll be perfectly fine.
you guys have a great day. Please check us out on Morning Mimosas on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Times. This Saturday, July 8th, we will be at the Colorado Black Arts Festival. Miss Fatu will be joining us from her home. Wish she could be live with us that day, but we will see you guys on Saturday. Ta ta.
Ta ta. Bye, humans.